Hi everybody, Jo here. Thanks for joining me again today. And I must say, thank you all so much for your lovely messages of support over the last couple of weeks. It's been a bit of a tough time for my family, as you know. But thank you, and I really appreciate all your friendship on here and all your lovely words of support. So from my mum and my family, thank you very much. Now today, I'm actually popping in. Our crafty little catch-up is our lovely friend Annie's been in touch, and she asked me if I could give her an idea. She's got a lovely friend who she wants to make a birthday card for, but also wants to make her a little gift. But you know when you want that little gift that's just an extra little gift? So I sort of came up with this, and it's an idea for a birthday card, and we're going to use the garden poppy. And it's a lovely, clean and simple, just direct onto the card blank, the sort of thing we've been doing a lot recently. And decorating a little bit on the back as normal. But then, sorry, excuse me, I thought what we could do is make the design again, but using just one of the colours that I've used and actually making a set of 3 notelets. Sorry, you must excuse my voice. It's gone a bit croaky again, but I'm sorry. I'll just have a little sip of water. There we go. See if that will improve things. So as I say, the same design. Now in this original design, I used 3 colours of our Elements ink pads. I've used the Lime Punch, the Della Blue and the Confetti. And what I'm thinking is to repeat the design with each of the 3 colours and make a set of notelets. They're left without a sentiment so that her friend then can add a sentiment, and she's got lovely notelets then to send out. And I thought this would be such a lovely idea. So we'll create one today. I think we'll use Lime Punch today. Decorated the back as well. And when they're finished, what I thought is what would be lovely would be to wrap them up in, say, some white tissue paper. And then Lavinia, I don't know if you've noticed, I've started selling this lovely hemp string, and it's such an array of colours. I have to say, I did go for this lovely burnt orange. That was the first colour I bought. But what I was thinking is you could just pop some of this around the tissue, and what a lovely little gift that would make. And so heartfelt, isn't it? Because you created it. So I'm hoping you like that idea. If you're not the sort of person who wants to send notelets, you could just make yourself this design for some cards. So again, you know, to me, it's a win-win. So I'm going to put these to one side, and I'm going to start off with a ready-made card blank, just the ones that I do. Now, I think this is a 6x6, but I will just have a quick check because I don't want to tell you porkies. It is, yes. So it's a 6x6 ready-made white card blank. And we'll just start off with our stamping. And I'm going to come in with my black, with my Nocturne. Oh, and I need a little bit of torn paper, don't I? So I'll find a piece here, look, that I've already, and we'll just tear ourselves. There we go. And we'll file that back under there, because we don't throw anything away, do we, us crafters? Well, I certainly don't. Now we'll come in with our garden poppy. Right, now you stay there where I can see you. And this is such a beautiful, now I'm stamping it in black, but again, to be honest, you could stamp it in any of your colours, your lovely colours, Versafine, Claire. I'm just going for the Nocturne. And you know me, I have this thing about not having things in the centre, so I'm just going to pop it sort of off centre a bit. So how are you keeping? I hope you're having a good week. I hope things are going well. I know life's a bit up and down for a lot of people, so I really am sending hugs to anybody who needs one. So that's our lovely garden poppy stamps, and again, I'm just like to stamp on the side. Now we're going to come in with a lovely stamp here, and it's from the Flora set. There are 2 stamps on this set, and I know you shouldn't have favourites, but this is my favourite. It almost reminds me of, well, I call it cow parsley. I'm not sure. I know different people call things different. I'm not even sure if it's a plant or a weed. But anyway, I just like this. As you know, I favour sort of the orchard grass. So this is a nice stamp to use instead of. And I'm just going to put my torn paper along because I want these to sort of be here, but I don't want the stems to come down. So if you've not done this before, just tear yourself a bit of copy of paper. You could make a mask, but, you know, for me, just a torn piece of copy of paper is as good a thing as any. And this stamp is fabulous, but for some reason, it's one of those ones that I always over ink. So we'll keep Mr. Inky Binky at hand there. I'm having one of those days today. I don't know about you, but some days, you know, where I just feel all fingers and thumbs. It is funny, isn't it? So we'll do a little bit of first and second generation stamping. Just gives you a nice bit of depth. So we'll pop that on again there. And what should we do? We want something, I don't want to go any taller, I think it would look wrong. So maybe that one down there. And then maybe just a little bit catching there. I don't want too much. Yes, I think that's nice. Because often you do get the weed sort of growing, don't you? And flowers just at the base of other plants. And as always, I'm just going to blot that. Just so that we don't smudge it. And the belt and braces, I'll have to come in. I'm having one of those days today. If I don't do this with my heat tool, it will definitely smudge. You just know, don't you, sometimes. So like I say, this design, you can do it in all of the colours, but just for the notelet, I'm thinking the whole technique will do just the same, but I'm just going to concentrate on one colour, and that's the lime punch for this one. And I'm going to firstly come in with my acetate, my hill masks, and I want the flatter one just for along the bottom. And again, I'll just turn it sideways. And into my ink, and then just dabbing some off on the lid. And I don't want this to be a huge amount of colour, so always put it on your mask first. And I'm just gently going to just sort of, and it is gently, a little bit more under where the actual flowers are. Yes, that's nice. And then I'll move up here. I'm not going to ink up again. And again, just gently coming off the mask. Really, it's almost like kissing or tickling the paper. I don't want a lot, just gently does it. And I'm just going to wipe. Told you I was having one of those days. I've just dropped my Inky Binky on the floor. I want to wipe my hill mask before putting it away. Try and just keep everything nice and clean. And let's come in with our circle mask. Now, which one did we? Oh, yes, the little one's a bit too small. Even if I'm certain what size, I like to try the other just to make sure. So we'll pop that over there. And again, ink up once again. And always start with my inking at the base of the circle mask. So that if I'll have more ink on my brush. And so it will be darker at the base. And that's fine because I always want it darker at the base. And then up to the top. Now again, you can either use circular motions or a flicking motion. I go between the two. It depends what mood I'm in. And we'll give that a wipe as well, so that goes away nice and clean. And then I'm going to bring in one of the new stencils. And this one is called Ambience. And I'm just going to place that across. And again, a little bit more ink, but again, I'm just going to gently start in the middle. And this is lovely because it's all tone on tone. I think for this set of notelets, it's so nice to keep it tone on tone. But like I say, for the actual birthday card, I used the green for the landscape, the blue in the sky, and then the gorgeous pinky colour, which is confetti, that's right, isn't it? And that was for my stenciling. But it's so nice to just have a design and mix it up a bit. Now let's check this, because while we're talking, I don't want to come in too heavy. just want to tickle this stencil. It's my new favourite hobby, can you tell? We're all tickling our stencils. And what did you do this week? Oh, I tickled my stencil. And while we've got it, we'll just add a little bit of stenciling on the back. I'm not going to add any more ink onto my brush. There's no need. There'll be plenty already on my brush and already on my stencil. And then let's just add a little bit of detail on the back. And I'm just going to put just a single one of those. And find a lovely fine liner and add a little bit of detail. That's all we need. Don't need to overcook it. And that's just building up, and that's just so pretty, isn't it? But not quite finished. It definitely looks like there's something missing. So let's add some of our gel pen. And I'm thinking I'm going to come in with the gold for this. The others I've kept tone on tone. And so on my blue, I've added the lovely blue. But the green I've got is quite a deep green, and I'm not sure if it's... So I'm going to go for my gold. I think that'll work with this. I think it'll keep the sort of the greeny, yellowy tones. Well, we shall soon see, shan't we? Now, where's my... Let's lean on this. And I'm just going to add... And I don't want to add too much colour. I like the way that I can add the colour with my gorgeous Signo gel pens here. You could add glitter if you wanted, but again, because these are notelets that we're gifting, I don't want to add too much, because not everybody likes a lot of glitter. Do you know, everything's alive today. You know, please let me know. I'm sure you must have days like this. Right, stay. And we'll just add a little bit on here. And I think that, I'm glad I went for the gold. I think the gold has really just gone in with that lovely green tone. And I just want to add a little bit of shade. So I'm going to come in with my pastel pencils. And let's go for, I don't want too deep a green. So let's just ground this a little. And we'll just smudge that. Yeah, that's plenty. And on the back, quick smudge. Lovely. That's more than enough. And then to finish off, I just want to add a couple little specks. I'm just going to add some ink onto my mat here. Get my fan brush. And just add. Now you could use your Posca for this if you want. But again, because it's sort of going to be a gift, I don't want to go over the top with big splats of Posca, just in case my friend doesn't like the Posca. So I'm thinking a few splats of the ink that we've used. And we'll get Mr. Inky Binky on that. And again, because it's such a lovely design, we've got room here for a sentiment. And also it's a lovely generic notelet, so it would be perfect. You could be a birthday card or thinking of you, you know, even, dare I say, a condolence card. So I do think if you're gifting some notelets, and notelets are so lovely, I think it's nice when we keep that personal touch. It's lovely that we can message each other and put comments on YouTube like we do and on social media, but I think actually to get somebody's handwritten messages in a card in the post, for me anyway, maybe I'm showing this, maybe it's old-fashioned. I just think there's something lovely about it. So that obviously needs time to dry, but if I bring in, so this is our blue version, and what I'll do is I'll just quickly run my heat tool over this because I don't want to. And I'll just blot it with a piece of kitchen towel. I don't want to spoil it. There's no point making this and then rushing at the end and spoiling it. So that will just dry those lovely splats. so that I can then fold it. And there we've got our green version, we've got our blue version, and there's the lovely birthday card. So that's my little catch up to share with you today. So I'm hoping you like the idea of making a birthday card and then matching notelets. I'm going to go ahead now and make my third notelet using the confetti. So I've got the lovely trio to go with the birthday card. And we've got lots of stamps that would work for this. And lots of stencils. I mean, if you wanted, you could even change the stencil that you used for each of the three, if you wanted. I mean, again, I shall leave that choice totally up to you, because at the end of the day, that's what we like, don't we? I know some of us like to do three things exactly the same. Some of us like to mix it up a bit. Got to be honest, I almost get a bit bored if I do them exactly the same. So that's why I like to just mix up, changing the colours. But also, what's your favourite colour? I must admit, I can't wait to do the confetti. I'm a bit of a pinky sort of, I think that. But there again, I do like the green and the blue. What can I say? I just can't make my mind up. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. As always, it's such a pleasure to spend time with you. You're such a great lot on here. Thanks for everything. Much love and hugs from me. See you next week. Bye for now.